Welcome back, Scorpio. This is going to be your chakra reading. So, without further ado, we're already connected to the line. There we go. Let's just bring up that what we're calling the chakra man for the moment. That will be developing. We are in the process of developing stuff to help explain chakras and everything like that a lot better. So we've got the man here that's in the heads up here, and then the body comes down there with the arms up there. So let's just see what's going on. Let's start off with the heart chakra. Be careful of your be careful of defending your heart. Sometimes you can be a bit too vigorous in the way you defend your heart, Scorpio, and it causes sort of pressure upon yourself, making you feel a little bit sort of not depressive, but kind of, oh no, why did I do that sort of scenario. So I would just be a little bit more gentler with the as I was saying in the reading earlier, in the other reading with your tarot reading, just sort of saying don't get involved in things. Just concentrate on your path, and don't get triggered by things, and don't get carried away emotionally in things. The more you try and defend your heart, the more you're going to imprison your heart, and I don't think that's a good idea. And I think that imprisonment comes out after with the Queen of Swords, which was in that reading there, because she has the heart totally under control. So there is a learning curve here of how to share your happiness and your love. It's a natural sort of boundaries that need to be put into place that are not detrimental to the outside world and not detrimental to you. So it's just a bit of advice, just to be a little bit softer with your own personal judgment about yourself and about the world outside. Nothing is perfect, so just be a little bit gentle about it, because you may find you could be you get involved in situations which could be detrimental to you, which is not a good thing. So just allow your heart to sort of flow out, and I think that's what the Queen of Cups is all about. Let's just see what's going on in your solar plexus, or your plexus solis. I never remember which way it is around, because I do this obviously in French as well, so it's all opposite. Sorry about that. Okay, so your solar plexus is very large, not long but large. So it's got a lot of courage and determination on many aspects of life. It's more the environment of being in a good place and having a good situation which is of your concern. And you tend to put a lot of emphasis or time and effort into these periods here, over these 3 month periods here, of actually feathering your nest, as it were. Okay, let's just go on to the third eye and the throat chakra. So the third eye is naturally longer than the throat chakra, because they tend to, the third eye and the throat chakra are actually the same chakra. It's like the third eye is the front and the throat is the back on a normal chakra. And in fact, that chakra's just been folded in half, and you've got the two chakras. So it's actually only one chakra, but so the throat is naturally slightly behind the third eye. But they do move in around a bit like a trombone, if you know what I mean, sort of scenario. This is where we tie into that Nine of Swords. This is where your mental fear can overcome your heart. That's why you've got to have your heart. That's why you've got to give a little bit more fire or passion or love to your heart, basically, I think, to alleviate those sort of the worries and fears that you can self-develop over a period of time, because you won't tell the rest of the world, because you're not like that, Scorpio. You'll tend to keep it for yourself. But I would just soften things within your heart's expectations, basically. And just sort of be very relaxed with yourself in your own actions and within the actions of the world around you. Okay, let's see what your sacrum's all about. So your sacrum is really, it's geared to your desires. This is where my desires come from. This is where the ego sits, really. And it's that animal sort of thing, fight or flight, or, sort of conquer or be conquered, power and that sort of thing. It's positioning and that sort of thing. But it's also to do with your spirit and how you desire your emotions and your that sort of things, how you connect with the rest of the world. And I think this is driven more sort of about emotions rather than physical desires. So it's being in a happy place. And I think that I would allow that to feed your solar plexus, so then that can actually warm and soften your heart. So I would follow that sacrum in the direction of your ego in a way, because your ego is not a bad thing. It can be like anything. Like your heart can be a really bad thing as well. That's where jealousy comes from. People kill for that, which is very strange. But, the ego is not a bad thing, because if you're providing heart and loving for yourself, you're going to spread that love in the world around you. And that's what's going to be a good thing. If you can do that and realize it's good for me to be okay, so then everyone else can be okay, which is really important, all of a sudden you're going to be really rocking and rolling. Let's just see what's going on with the crown. And okay, this is that pulling between pillar and post, like everyone's pulling around, pulling you from lots of different directions. That's with the crown chakra. So sometimes it's really defined, and other times it's really, sometimes it's really defined like that, and then other times it's a little bit like that. There it goes. It goes like that. So there's a moment where I kind of go, got to be on the ball. And then afterwards it's kind of, and your mind goes elsewhere. So let's just say you've got to be, that's in a rhythmical sense. So I would try and get a bit of constant with activities that distract a little bit the mind, but also sort of allows you to, expand and, explore your mind as well through meditation or just going for a walk or that sort of thing, mindful sort of stuff. Let's see what's going on in the root chakras really pulling here. It's that's that desire of constance, I think, that's within you, and that's what's going to drive you on towards your happiness after difficulty. Let's just see within the ley line, let's just see what the energy is coming in, and if the earth has a message for you for this period. Know thyself, and thou shalt know the rest. Everybody else. That's what it's sort of saying. It's sort of saying you have all the keys, and you have all the answers that were within you. You just now need to unlock them and allow those emotions to be flooding out and going out and spreading out and be you, basically. It looks like that way. So there you go, Scorpio. I hope you did enjoy that. That extra reading, that's part of the blueprint energy readings that I was talking about that's coming out in the new year. So you really want to be subscribed and click that bell, so then you get all notifications, because you'll be getting a full reading, which will be taking that reading of your aura. Oh yeah, the aura. Forgot about the aura. Let's just have a look what's going on there. Be attentive to being too drawn in or affected by others in the outside world, being affected by the outside world, being too influenced by the outside world. Just be wary of that, if I were you, within your energy space. So I think it's just be wary of that, just not being That just seems like that. Yeah, and where it is coming out a lot is just be gentle with yourself. You know, don't ask too much of yourself either. You don't put that pressure, that 9 of Swords on you either, which we saw in your tarot reading. Yeah, so there you go, Scorpio. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah, it's only left for me to say is sort of like, you know, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.